I don't think it's much of a secret to any of you guys watching this video right now that I freaking loved the 2017 Nintendo Switch presentation. I mean, this is one of those memories that I think I will hold with me for the rest of my life. Not just because I was sitting down with my entire family on like a Friday night watching a Nintendo presentation. It was either like a Friday or Saturday night, but either way, it was something completely different than Nintendo's normal schedules for directs, and it felt so special. It was like a Friday night movie, dude, and we sat there in front of the TV for an hour and watched just banger after banger after banger revealed from Nintendo, dude. It was seriously one of the highlights of my gaming life. It was that good. But today, Nintendo's more clean cut and organized now with their presentations. They don't really go live anymore. Not even their Nintendo Treehouses, which kind of stinks. It takes away some of that flair. Yes, it keeps it organized and prevents mistakes from happening live, but still, there's something special about just seeing, you know, everybody up on stage, just on these live presentations, just speaking confidently about their game that they're showing off. But I've seen recently a lot of people reminiscing on that 2017 year with some of those big bangers, like saying, man, I wish I could experience Breath of the Wild for the first time again, because it was just that special. Or Nintendo Nostalgia saying it's 2017 and you're watching the Super Mario Odyssey trailer. And it seems like everybody is chiming in on this, realizing, oh my gosh, it's almost 10 years old. Some called me a madman. But I think we're finally hitting that point where everybody's like, okay, Nintendo, it's been long enough. Show us the juice. What have you been working on? Show us some of the goods. Come on. Yeah, I don't know what it is. There's definitely some really good games on Switch too, but every single reveal has felt weird in some way. Like Mario Kart World's reveal was freaking awesome, dude. That first trailer we got made this game look like the greatest video game Nintendo's ever made. And then shortly after, as we got more information, Nintendo Treehouses appeared and the actual Mario Kart World Direct happened, I think we all started to get a lot worried because we were seeing them drive dead straight. Shoot, I think Donkey Kong Bonanza is a good game. In fact, it's a great game. But still, somehow, I didn't really feel super excited for it at first. It was just like, okay, cool, finally, Donkey Kong's in 3D. But I don't know, something about that reveal trailer, just nothing looked super special to me. You know what I mean? It was like these really cool colored semi-open world areas to explore. It definitely looked like a 3D sandbox, but I can tell it wasn't Mario. But thankfully, Donkey Kong Bonanza just got better with its own special Nintendo Direct. And when the game launched, it was just so good. But I can definitely see why some people just didn't click with it, you know, because a lot of the game, in fact, 99% of the game is just digging and punching through things, which could get old for a lot of people. So that's why a lot of people are just like, this isn't my 3D Mario. This isn't platforming based. This is just a punch simulator. I get it. I love you, Bonanza, but still, I definitely get it. I think maybe the closest we've gotten to like unbelievable hype for a certain group of people would be like Kirby Air Rider fans. Seeing Kirby Air Riders return from the GameCube is actually pretty insane. So that was a pretty crazy reveal from Sakurai, even though a lot of us probably thought for a quick second this could be Smash. Spoiler alert, it wasn't Smash. And the last two General Nintendo Directs both opened and closed with stuff that wasn't that exciting for me. Like, as a huge Mario fan, the opening to the last September Nintendo Direct was fine. It just was Mario's 40th, and they spent a lot of time talking about things like the theme park and a museum. Like, that was a strange opening. And Nintendo closed the Direct with Fire Emblem, which, like, yeah, actually this game looks really cool. I'm actually very excited for Fortune's Weave, but still, I was like, yeah, this is normally what Nintendo does, all right? And with the most recent Nintendo Direct in June, they opened with Switch 1 Rhythm Heaven Groove. Very strange choice to pick a Switch 1 game. I love Rhythm Heaven way more than the next person, but dog, what? And I know leaks can put a damper on things because while we reached the end of the show and haven't seen anything Zelda related yet, we knew Ocarina of Time was going to be here thanks to super reliable leaker Nate the Hate. And of course, we have one thing left to reveal. What else is it gonna be? Of course. But not only that, Nintendo pulls a Sony and shows nothing but like a cutscene of Link sleeping. Oh. You see what I'm saying? It just kind of feels like now Nintendo Directs just give you just enough to say, okay, there was something there, and let's move on and let's wait until the next reveal. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't really leave you on bombshells anymore. Like, oh my gosh, what? They just revealed what? I know a lot of people call me like the hype monster. Like, that's all you care about is hype. You don't even care about the quality of games. Absolutely not. I really want the quality of games to be high standard. You know, that's what Nintendo is known for. But at the same time, I do miss those games that literally kept me up at night. Made me lose sleep for months waiting for the game to come out because it was just that special to me. Seeing Mario jump out of a manhole cover literally in the middle of New York City is one of those things, if you went back in time and told anybody that this was real, they would laugh in your face and probably kick you in the shin. I mean, seriously, you're going from linear, colorful, multiplayer 3D platformer of Super Mario 3D World to this. Yes, I'm a huge 3D Mario fanboy, and of course, it's probably just the fact that I'm waiting for the next 3D Mario game, but dude, I have not felt this way for a game in that long, and that's probably why I'm so crazy about 3D Mario, because literally Odyssey is the GOAT, dog. I mean, what that game was able to pull off is insane. And this was just the first trailer. We're not even talking about the time they finally said, hey, look, guess what? There's captures in this game. That was nearly 10 years ago this was revealed. And I have, to this day, not felt this way about anything, because I also felt the same way about Breath of the Wild. That final trailer for Breath of the Wild and that first time I ever stepped foot out of the cave are just forever implanted into my mind. Looking at this giant, massive world that I've never seen before, I'm talking to you, Tears. This was just freaking everything. This is something else that we have never seen from Nintendo. A full-fledged, gigantic open world for The Legend of Zelda. This is something of dreams that I would have as a kid, being able to freely run around the entirety of Hyrule. There's a reason why I think people say Nintendo fans are only Mario and Zelda fans. It's because Mario and Zelda are doing things that no other franchise are pushing the boundaries of. A Mario game that not only allows you to freely explore wacky worlds in an awesome collectathon, but also turn into some of the most renowned enemies in the entire series and play as those enemies. And Zelda giving Nintendo their first ever fully open world video game, making a map not only huge, but one of the biggest open world maps in gaming. There's a reason why people cling to certain games so much and certain franchises, because they always innovate. You know the next 3D Mario is not going to let you down. You know the next 3D Zelda is not going to let you down. Some of us. This is something you can't really say with 90% of Nintendo's franchises. You can't be guaranteed we're going to get a good Metroid game, as you can see with Metroid Prime 4. You'll get your new Splatoon game, but it's not going to be something that it's necessarily reinventing the wheel and something revolutionary for gaming, the way maybe the first game in the series was. You'll always get a new Kirby game that's always considered pretty good, but there's a chance that they play it safe, and it's just another typical 2D platformer for Kirby. Pikmin 4 can show up to the table, still be really, really good, but still not anything mind-blowing at the time. To me, that's why there's only a handful of franchises that people get so excited about. Not just because they only like Mario and Zelda, that's what makes a Nintendo fan, it's because these games give full 100% effort and surprise and delight and change and reinvent the wheel every single new installment. Look at Smash Ultimate, for crying out loud, it's the biggest fighting game roster of like all time, and one of the most iconic, having video game characters from across almost every major franchise. These are games that people look forward to so much because these are also games that you don't get to see that often. I mean, for crying out loud, look how long it's taking to see the next 3D Mario. Smash Bros. Ultimate this December is going to be 8 years. It's a long wait for games like this now, and that's why people are reminiscing on 2017 so much, because it was a year where we got like 3 of these in one time frame. The people yearn not for just the big game, but for the ambitious game, the game that pushes the boundaries and really shows why Nintendo's became so popular in the first place. They didn't follow the crowd, follow the trends, they did their own thing and did it successfully. They introduced new things into the gaming sphere that no one has ever seen before, and even inspired millions of game devs across the world. And that is what people want to see from Nintendo again. It's not that we just want to see Mario or Zelda, we want to see Nintendo be more ambitious with their IPs, with their franchises, doing more things that make people genuinely shocked when they see that first reveal trailer. Because what? Mario can turn into a Cheep Cheep? What? Link can freely explore a gigantic open Hyrule kingdom all at his own leisure? What? Mario and the Rabbids are joining together to make a tactical RPG game? What? Nintendo is bringing back every single character that they ever had in Smash Brothers and introducing tons of crazy third-party reveals like freaking Sora from Kingdom Hearts? What? Kirby is finally having his fully 3D adventure? What? Nintendo came out with a game where you can fully make your own custom 2D Mario levels and share them and even play others online? So yeah, it's about time we get one of those experiences again, and I'm really praying that that happens the next couple of weeks in September. I mean, we're super close to probably an inevitable September Nintendo Direct, so it shouldn't be too much longer until we finally see what Nintendo's cooking, unless they decide to start or end the show with more updates on Nintendo's theme park. Yay.